What about this one?
That's the Luger.
Excellent. Which Luger?
The 1908 semi-automatic.
Which means?
Compared to the 1896 Mauser, it has greater accuracy. Also, the Luger magazine holds 8 bullets compared to 10 in the Mauser.
It's very important information, especially if someone's just fired 8 bullets at you. Mr. Butler, I can't seem to find the Mauser anywhere.
Didn't you take it to Lake's entrance, Miss?
So I did. Must still be in the overnight bag.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Stanley.
Good morning, Albert. Good Lord! Is it really necessary for everyone in this household to brandish a weapon?
Sorry, Mrs. Stanley.
Is everything all right, Aunt Prudence?
Could we have a word in private? This is a very delicate matter. I had to wrestle with my conscience as to whether to tell you at all. This telegram is addressed to me.
Dearest Prudence, temporary financial problems. Need urgent loan. Any amount will help. Your loving sister, Margaret. I made sure that Father wired her money before I put him on the boat to England. He'll be there in a couple of weeks.
It's obviously one of Henry's antics.
Why wouldn't Mother telegram me?
To preserve your father's dignity, no doubt. She knows that horse is well and truly bolted with me.
I beg your pardon, Miss. The inspector's on the telephone. He needs your assistance at a crime scene.
Let me get to the bottom of this sample. Don't dawdle, don't. Jack!
Miss Fisher, Miss Williams. Morning, Miss Williams.
Constable Martin?
Fell, jumped, or pushed?
Frank McNabb, he was the concierge.
Foreign cigarettes. Looks like a knife wound. Inflicted last night, perhaps, in some sort of scuffle. Do you know what floor he fell from?
Don't know yet. We found this beside the body. Constable, read the label, please.
Property of Miss Phryne Fisher.
The safe was robbed last night, but nothing else seems to have been taken.
There's nothing else worth much in there.
Who has access to the keys?
Just myself and Frank. The concierge.
You didn't open it?
We never open the safe at night. It's house policy.
The blood on the floor suggests your concierge tried to fight off the robber. Blood leads to... Where do these stairs lead?
The rooftop.
So McNabb snatched the bag and made a run for it upstairs.
In which case, the robber followed McNabb to the rooftop, took the contents of the bag and shoved him over the edge.
The question remains, Miss Fisher. Why was a bag with your name on it the only one robbed?
May I look at your guest register, please?
Phryne, my dear.
What are you doing at the Grand Hotel?
Well, I know it's not the most salubrious of surroundings.
You're meant to be on a ship steaming around the Cape.
I missed the boat. As it happens, you've caught me at a bit of a bad time. You see, the lovely Edith here was...
It's Enid.
What?
It's Enid.
Yes, was just servicing the room, and I stupidly spilt champagne on her dress.
It's all sorted now, Baron.
Does Mother know?
Well, I didn't want to trouble her. You know, she doesn't like to fuss over minor details. Her nerves.
I'm sorry, Jack. I don't think I can bring myself to assist you with this case after all. How could he have missed that boat? I saw him walk up the gangplank. I watched the purser check his ticket. I should have stood guard on the dock and waited for the boat to clear the bay. What's that smile?
He outsmarted you.
He did not outsmart me. He behaved in a way that no reasonable human being would behave. All right, he outsmarted me.
And I have to admit, grudging admiration for that. But given Fisher the Elder seems even more resourceful and unpredictable than Fisher the Younger, how can I investigate this case without you?
All right, I'll assist.
But what?
But you need to understand that my father is not as charming and harmless as he appears to be.
Ah, Lord Fisher. Do you mind taking a seat?
Oh, no, airs and graces between us, Jack. Please, just call me Henry. Now, what's all this about?
There was a murder last night.
A murder?
Concierge, Frank McNabb. Did you know him?
A little. Seemed a nice enough fella.
It appears he was killed as a result of a robbery.
A robbery, you say?
Yes, remember that bag you pilfered from my house when you left?
Borrowed, darling. Pilfered is such an ugly word.
It was stolen from the safe.
Along with my Mauser pistol. God knows why you need a gun.
What else was in the bag?
A few items of clothing, shirts, collars, extra socks.
I hardly think anyone would have gone out of their way to steal your socks. What about the money you were supposed to wire back to Mother?
I had to keep some cash back, just enough to see me through.
How much?
Can't recall exactly.
I don't believe you.
Well, things must be dire when a daughter can't believe her own father.
Things are dire.
Thank you, Lord Fisher. I think we'll defer the rest of our questioning until we complete the examination of our crime scene.
You want to be back in the fray, Jack. I haven't finished with him.
Let's call it intermission.
Sorry, sir, you have to stand back. It's police business.
The company sent me to fix the telephones.
The telephones? What's wrong with them?
Well, I can come back another time if it's inconvenient.
Not again. No, we need them working. Business is bad enough. The master switch box is in the cellar. Enid. Any tips from room 23? Might be the last offering from the mother country after his run of luck last night.
I know we got off on the wrong foot, Miss Williams. But I understand that this position is temporary and Constable Collins will be back in no time.
Any day now, I'd say.
Well, I thought in the meanwhile, maybe you could teach me a few things.
Teach you. I still have a lot to learn.
Yep, not as much as me, I think.
Why run to the rooftop where there's no means of escape?
He had a knife-wielding robber right behind him. Not everyone's cool under fire.
And then the robber pushed McNabb over the side.
Along with your bag.
But why didn't the thief take the bag along with the contents? Unless... McNabb knew there was another way down. I wonder where this ends up.
Miss Fisher!
Is that you? No need for formalities. I think we can safely assume the contents of that bag are far more interesting than an old man's socks.
The laundry?
Did you see anyone lurking around?
Not last night.
Where were you?
I'm a suspect now, am I?
If you wouldn't mind answering the question, Mrs. Cobb.
I was in the twilight room. Every evening we have the twilight waltz. Not like that, but the big one at the bottom.
Look, we're all very sorry about poor Frank, but I have got a hotel to run.
We can just as easily talk down at the station.
Now, how's that going to look? Being marched out in front of my guests. The Grand does have a reputation to uphold.
I'm sure we all know that the Grand is not quite as grand as it used to be.
I understand as a subject of a number of police raids.
Misunderstandings, all of them.
No, let's not have any more misunderstandings. Is there somewhere we can talk?
I'm about to serve lunch in the twilight room. Between that and the front desk, I don't have time to talk. You may have noticed I'm short-handed.
I'm sure that my assistant could mind the front counter for you, Mrs. Cobb.
Of course, miss.
And we can wait for you to serve lunch.
Make a note of all the guest names, Dot.
Yes, miss.
I'd be happy to assist you, Miss Williams.
All right, I suppose that would be quicker.
Now,
Can you read them out to me, please, quietly?
L. Knight.
I wonder if the Twilight Waltz was ever a respectable proposition.
Oh, it was the height of fashion before the war, completely above board, despite my father's patronage. This was where he wooed my mother. He claimed he had tickets, but all he really had was a vague connection to the brother of the doorman who escorted them through the kitchen each night when the maitre d' wasn't looking. Mother should have known that that spelled trouble.
Obvious but inherited powers of persuasion.
Mother blamed it all on his dancing, claimed that one whirl in his arms forced all reason from her head.
A good waltz can do that.
I never believed her.
We'll have to make this quick.
Clearly, whoever robbed this place knew their way around,
They also knew Lord Fisher's bag was in the safe.
which suggests a member of staff.
Could you tell us which staff were working at the time of the robbery?
Frank was on the front desk. I was sweeping up after the dance, and one of the maids was still clocked on.
Not Enid, by any chance?
What time did you finish work last night?
Would have been 11 or 12.
Which was it?
The dance finished at 11.
You were working in the Twilight Room?
Well,
That's a lovely necklace. Very expensive one.
I wouldn't know.
Was it a present? Did your work take you to my father's room last night?
It's not like that.
Then tell us how it is.
I'm very fond of Henry. He's had a lot of trouble in his life, and he doesn't have anyone else. He's here all alone.
So you went to his room?
He was upset last night. He just needed a shoulder to cry on.
What was he upset about?
He said he'd lost money in a game of cards, and he was down to his last £10.
Father!
Are you Henry said something about going to the races today. Mrs. Cobb gave him one of her tips.
Thank you, Enid. I won't keep you any further.
I like the nags because I grew up in the country.
What about cards?
Wouldn't know a king from a queen. And if the guests decide to gamble, it's not the fault of the hotel.
Which guests were gambling?
Really can't say.
Can't or won't?
Memory fails me. Why don't you ask your father? Now, am I done? Can I get back to running my hotel?
For now, thank you, Mrs. Cobb.
Miss, I finished that thing you told me to do.
Excellent, Dot.
Here, Dorothy.
Thank you. Neville was kind enough to give me a hand. Here's the guest list for the last week.
And I think we found something useful in the back of the ledger, too.
It looks like some sort of code.
Pertaining to illegal card games. And the latest one was last night.
Seems Mrs. Cobb at least knows her clubs from her spades.
Stay here, Dot. Keep an eye on her. As soon as she leaves her office, take a look around.
But what about this Carol woman?
I'm not sure that Carol is a woman. Carol with a K is a Polish name that would go with the surname Walensky, staying in Rome.
And you betray me! All right, break it up! No, wait, stop!
Carol Walensky, I presume. I'm sure you had your reasons for trying to throttle Henry Fisher. Lord knows, I understand the urge.
What was the subject of the altercation?
I don't like his taste in clothes.
And apart from his sartorial shortcomings, ci byliście się u grę w pokera?
Gambling on card games is illegal.
Compliments on your poker face.
My face is like this all the time.
Shall I tell you what I think you were doing last night? I think you were playing poker with my father. I'd say you won. And he refused to pay.
Not interested in gambling charges, Mr. Walensky. All I want is the truth.
He lost. Said he would pay me when they opened the safe first thing in the morning. Only this morning, there is no money. It has been stolen. Now, who do you suppose did that?
The only reason I lost at all was because the old biddy who runs the hotel brought in a professional gambler. A ringer, the Americans call them.
Carol Walensky?
In his heyday, he was known in all the great casinos in Europe. Now, he's reduced to cheating. It's true. Every time I had a strong hand, he folded. You must be able to charge him with cheating, Jack.
What happened to the gun that was in Miss Fisher's bag?
Am I under interrogation? Am I suspected of a crime?
Tell me that bag didn't contain the entire £10,000 you were meant to wire back to Mother.
No, not the entire amount. I did have my expenses.
Carol Walensky claims you had no intention of paying him the money you owed.
You don't think I intended to do a flit, steal my own money from the safe and disappear into the night? You think I'd kill a man to avoid paying a gambling debt?
You suspect your own father of murder.
It may not be the first time. I haven't thought about this in years, but I haven't forgotten it either. Because during the war, I was woken in the middle of the night by voices. When I went downstairs, I could hear my father with a visitor. My father was arguing with him. I couldn't hear everything they were saying. The morning newspapers reported an unidentified man had been dragged from the River Thames, strangled before his body was dumped in the early hours.
How do you know it's the man your father argued with?
The newspapers described the heavy coat he was wearing.
Have you ever spoken to him about it?
I've accused my father of a lot of things, Jack. But not murder.
What is it we're looking for?
Whatever it is Miss Fisher thinks she's trying to hide. Keep a lookout. A locked drawer's a good start.
Will you be able to break open?
There's always a way.
Very clever.
I'll be in my office.
Look out, she's coming. Sorry, Mrs. Cobb. You know how it is.
Please don't mention this to Miss Fisher.
Go on, off you go.
Thank you.
Come on.
Don't you know I'm engaged?
Oh, sorry, Miss Williams. I really didn't think of what else to do.
If my Hugh found out, he'd knock you sideways.
I'm sorry. I really am.
At least she believed us, I think. Let's see what's in the cigar box.
You know, I'm sure that Mrs. Fisher at times has to resort to some extreme measures for the sake of her investigation.
That's true. But I'm not Miss Fisher, and I don't want it to happen again.
Of course.
Empty.
I'd like you to send an inquiry to Scotland Yard, Constable.
Yes, sir.
It's an old homicide case from 1916. I'd like to know if they have a physical description of the deceased.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And, sir, I've discovered more evidence to do with the Grand Hotel.
Where did you get these?
Mrs. Cobb's office drawer, sir. I believe that they reveal another suspect for the murder. I wanted to be sure before I spoke to you.
So was it your idea to conduct this search?
I admit Miss Williams suggested it, sir.
You had no warrant, Constable. This evidence is inadmissible in court.
No, but Miss Fisher...
She's not a member of the Victoria Police Force. Her methods have a certain latitude we cannot match. Your methods must be absolutely scrupulous. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, Miss Williams is a morally upright and intelligent young woman.
I've noticed that too, sir. She's pretty as well.
So you must return those documents to Miss Williams immediately to do whatever her conscience dictates.
Of course, sir.
So you kept these from me to impress the inspector and further your prospects in the force? Well, from my experience of ambitious young police officers, I can tell you that's a very slippery slope.
Well, and there are more important things to life. So I'm sorry it led me to behave so badly.
Well, at least you had the courage to come clean. And I admire that, Constable.
Thank you. I should head back to the station then.
Would you like some biscuits to take back? For the inspector too?
That would be lovely. Thank you, Miss Williams.
Your poor mother. I told her all those years ago he'd bring her nothing but misery. This time he'll ruin her, I know it.
I won't let that happen, Aunt P.
What are your chances of retrieving the stolen £10,000?
Fair to middling. Father is of no help at all. In fact, more of a deliberate hindrance. I've had to entertain the possibility that he might have organized the robbery himself.
You think he killed a man?
I'm not sure what to think.
Sorry to interrupt, but Constable Martin and I found something in Hilda Cobb's office that might be of interest. They're love letters to Mrs. Cobb from Frank McNabb, the concierge.
So, our young concierge had an eye for the older ladies.
Yes, miss, but I don't think it ended well.
Seldom does with unsuitable matches.
It's true. Our little scheme's a good earner, gambling, no doubt. But I can no longer love you in the way that you desire. This letter was dated 2 days ago, just before McNabb was murdered.
The Grand Hotel's having another dance tonight, miss, if you need to look around.
Not the Twilight Waltz. How are the mighty fallen?
I didn't know you'd been here before.
A lifetime ago. I was here the night your father proposed to your mother. Unfortunately, I arrived too late.
Keep Mrs. Cobb busy for me, Dot, while I investigate the less public face of the Grand. I'm sure Father will make an appearance very soon.
Bit late for snooping, isn't it?
I haven't come for that. I was hoping to brush up on my dancing before my wedding, for the bridals.
I noticed the ring on your finger. That's why you two couldn't keep your hands off each other.
Oh, no, that wasn't my...
There is no need to explain. I have felt the pitter-patter of the heart myself once or twice. All right. Arm, shoulder height. And graceful. I'll take the gentleman's part. And... Step 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Step 2, 3, 1.
So, has there been anyone else special in your life since your husband, Mrs. Cobb?
My last fellow worked here at the hotel, but I had to give him his marching orders.
You sacked him? Why?
Because he told me that I was too old for him. I thought it didn't matter. I loved him and I thought he loved me. I couldn't have him under my nose after that. I had to put an end to things. Now that I see him again.
Sorry, madam. Just checking the phone wires. Nothing in this hotel's where it ought to be.
You don't happen to know what's on the other side of this wall, do you?
Angels and ministers of grace defend us.
Henry?
Care to dance, Prudence?
No, thank you. I'm already skating on the edge of social ruin simply by being here. I'm here to make you a business proposition.
Then propose away.
I will give you as much money as it takes to make you disappear in a puff of smoke and leave my sister alone.
Disappear? Do you really expect me to agree to such an outrageous request?
Not once have you been a dutiful husband or a responsible father. You and your drinking and your flights of fancy and dark moods.
You were always trying to take Margaret away from me because you couldn't bear for her to have a passionate life. What happened to your passion, Prudence?
Don't you dare speak to me like that.
Don't you dare try to bribe me to leave my wife!
Mrs. Stanley.
Tell Phryne I'll make my own way home. I can't stay a moment longer in this hovel.
McNabb set himself up in there. He could see the opponent's cards and signal to Karol Walensky using Morse code. The wire leads underneath the floorboards to this. If Walensky put his foot on the panel, he could feel the Morse code.
Ingenious.
Hilda must have known, and the house must have taken a cut of the winnings.
Cheating? No. I'm sure it was just a friendly game.
Not so friendly for the loser.
Frank McNabb cooked this up with Karol Walensky. Were you in on it or not?
We know he jilted you. Is that why you pushed him off the roof?
I loved him. I told your assistant that.
Nevertheless, you sacked him. Perhaps he took it upon himself to rob that safe on his way out.
Or he was in cahoots with Walensky. And Walensky double-crossed him.
Well, if that's the case, then I've been played for an even bigger fool than I thought. I knew it wasn't right. I knew. But Frank said it was a surefire way to keep the hotel going. This old place is all I've got. Are you going to charge me for the gambling?
Not tonight. Look at other charges once this murder is solved.
Any news from Hugh?
No, but I'm working on getting him a promotion.
Well, if I were you, I'd work a little faster.
Constable, let's go.
Any chance of talking Karol Walensky into one last game?
Are you joking?
No, Mr. Walensky. If I were, you would be laughing.
I don't play cards with women.
That's a pity. My money is as good as any man's.
Дай ми пра, пара, я ću smatiti ove, ti znaš šta da radim. And your preferred game is?
To tell you the truth, I find all card games tiresome, but my father did teach me all the variations of poker. So, perhaps 7-card stud? If you don't mind, I'd like to inspect the cards. That all seems to be in order. But I do feel a draft. That's better. Please apologize to your friend for me if he was hoping to watch the card game from the other room. Shall we play?
Going somewhere?
I was just writing you a note.
I hope I haven't upset you, my dear. I've grown very fond of you, but I'm in a difficult position.
I know you're spoken for. And I'm sure I'll get over you eventually, but I've decided to go back home to Beechworth.
Well, you need a good send-off. And tonight, we're in luck. I know a place on Little Lonsdale that serves sly grog all night. Let's have one last hurrah.
You're a devil. I just need to finish packing. Wait downstairs.
Milady.
My lord.
I call.
Three jacks. Shall we keep playing?
I seem to be low on funds.
But you hold an IOU, signed by my father.
Yes, I do. Flush.
Full house. Beginner's luck, I suppose.
Your father is a coward. What sort of a man lets his daughter fight his battles for him?
Just a moment.
Don't think this is the end of the matter.
Now, what matter would that be?
You know where that money is. Tell me who has it, or I will take everything you have and then destroy you.
Have you finished? No one is destroying anyone. Now I'm going out for a drink with my lady friend. And you are going to crawl back under whatever rock you came from. Agreed?
She's not your lady friend. And the next time I see you, I too will be armed. Thomas!
Did you see who it was?
No, it was too dark.
Karol Walensky?
He didn't sound Polish. But I have a fair idea of what he was after.
Think Enid robbed the safe? She would have known her father had money.
If Enid was our robber, she would have taken off that night. I think there's another possibility. The robber caught up with McNabb on the rooftop, shoved him over the edge. But perhaps they didn't realise the money had already been dropped down the laundry chute.
Money would have sat in the trolley in the laundry.
Until Enid came along. Then I presume she hid the money somewhere until she made her escape tonight.
So if Enid had the money...
Our robber must have found out and gone after her. Whoever he is, he must have something to do with my father.
Why?
He dropped this. Where is he? Where's my father? Those are his bags.
He steamed off in a lather about Enid being killed. He went off with two blokes in a cab, and I bloody well hope he's gone to do the honourable thing.
What? Where were they going?
The Botanic Gardens. Pistols at dawn.
What the hell's he playing at now?
Listen, Baron, mate. No disrespect, but I'm not sure this is the best idea you've ever had.
We should just call Miss Fisher. No. That bastard challenged me to a duel, and he killed an innocent young woman.
He denied it.
He's a liar.
That bloke looks like he knows how to shoot.
Have your second prepare the weapon.
Bloody hell.
Looks like you're the second.
Half my bloody luck.
Ten pieces.
Then we take our shots.
Henry, I really reckon this isn't
Silence, Albert, I'll be fine. If I'm not, tell Phryne I'm sorry for everything. The whole sad, sorry lot of it.
Ready! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You idiot! I don't think you're quite aware you're dealing with a man of honor. Baron Henry George Fisher of Richmond upon Thames.
Father, stop! What are you doing?
I'm about to right a wrong. Isn't that what you're so fond of doing?
Karol Walensky didn't kill Enid. I've seen and heard enough to know that all Walensky's guilty of is cheating at cards. But I've won back your losses. Now, if you would please put down my pistol. We need to find the real killer, and you happen to be the only person who can help.
Who did you see?
You had an English accent and your stolen passport.
Walensky! It's your lucky day!
Whoever robbed that safe knew your bag contained close to £10,000. Who did you tell?
No one.
Enid?
No. And I won't hear a word said against Enid. That dear girl was very kind to me.
What about Hilda Cobb?
Who?
Someone knew the money was there. No other bag was touched.
I told you both. I've no idea who it is.
This man was English. Is it someone you met on the voyage out here? Did you confide in someone or cross swords with them? Someone's after you, aren't they? You're afraid.
I'm sorry, Constable Martin, if I've done anything to give you the wrong idea, but...
Call me Neville, please. I know you're engaged, but you're not married yet, and this fella's gone off and left you, and I can't help how I feel. You're like a flower, and when I held you in my arms...
I think you'd better stop right there, Constable.
Please tell me there's a chance. Please?
I can't. Whatever Hugh does, and whenever he comes back, even if he doesn't, my heart remains true to his. That's just how it is.
I understand. Dorothy.
2 people are dead and he still won't tell us the truth.
There's something I think you should see. Sent from Scotland Yard. It's a description of the man you thought your father killed.
Short. Just over 5 feet. Fair-haired. This is not the man I saw with my father. He was tall and heavily built. He was pacing up and down. Jack. He's been here all along. The man who came to fix the telephones, he was cracking his knuckles. It's him. He's the man who's after my father.
Excuse me, sir. Lord Fisher's disappeared. What? Sir, I'd like to request an immediate transfer back to Wangaratta. I'm sorry to leave you one man down.
When exactly did he disappear? City South Police, Inspector Robinson.
Prudence Stanley here. Could I speak to my niece, please?
It's your aunt.
Aunt Prudence.
Phryne, I was wondering if you were planning to return for lunch today. I've decided to stay because Mr. Butler's making shepherd's pie, and you know how much I love it.
Tell Mr. Butler to set an extra place. I'll be there immediately. Yes, I will. Goodbye. Jack, something's wrong. Aunt Prudence hates shepherd's pie. I'm home. Dot? Aunt Prudence? Mr. Butler?
Place your pistol on the floor. Now! Everything your father has, everything you have, belongs to me. Open your safe.
I've already taken the money to the bank. It's being wired to England as we speak.
And I shall have to take whatever valuables you have at hand, and then more.
I remember you. You came to Norfolk House during the war. What grudge do you hold against my father?
Your father is a dishonorable, deceitful man. We had an agreement, and he betrayed me.
How? Does he owe you money?
More than that. More than you could ever imagine.
What? Tell me before I open this safe.
How dare you barter with me? Open it!
Oh. You could have waited a moment longer.
Miss Fisher, you'd better telephone for an ambulance. Tell them to hurry. Would you like me to stay?
I need to have a word with him alone.
Baron.
Jack.
We caught the man who killed Frank McNabb and Enid.
Who is he?
He wasn't carrying any identification.
Who does he say he is?
He's not saying much at all, given that he's unconscious and may not survive. He's at the Royal Melbourne Hospital under police guard. It's the same man I saw you arguing with during the war, isn't he? In Norfolk House in 1916.
I don't know who you think you saw so long ago.
Please, for once in your life, will you tell me the truth?
Yes, it could be him. But he was crazy, shell-shocked. Turned up out of the blue, claimed I owed him money from a card game.
Did you?
Perhaps. There are times I can't recall with perfect clarity. In any case, I could afford to help him, so I gave him a pot of money, and I thought that'd be the end of it.
Well, clearly it wasn't, since he followed you all the way to Australia.
Wow, my dear girl. You can't harm anyone now.
I think it's high time you sailed back to Mother. I've rebooked your passage for early next month. Seth and Bert will be taking you to a guest house in Lilydale. The cab's waiting outside. Even you can't get yourself into trouble in Lilydale.
So, did your father shed any light on our killer's identity?
Of course not. Another secret in his secret life.
Care for a waltz, Miss Fisher?
Are you sure you want to risk it?
What's the risk?
Well, I have waltzed with the best. French presidents, English princes, American film stars. The waltz is a very serious dance.
And I'm a serious man.
My mother lost all reason when she was waltzed.
Well, if she hadn't, this would be a world without a certain Phryne Fisher in it. What kind of world would that be?